buns, welcome back to Mississippi Girl Life. So y'all, I'm just sitting here doing some editing. As you can see, I was actually editing for Amazing Grace Garden channel, okay? But I knew I wanted to go ahead and do this video for y'all because I think it's very, very important. I don't know all the information on it because I saw a article, something about anti-processed food and what it's going to do to plant-based companies and stuff like that. And you know, as a prepper, my wheels is constantly turning, okay? And I'm trying to get as many people on board as possible. So if y'all was in the live stream earlier, I didn't say much because I was focused on what I was doing, far as getting some set up and trying to, like, you know, get things where it needs to be or whatnot. But as I sit here, I'm thinking like, man, a lot of people may have food, but may not have the food that they need if they are prepping. So I wanted to do this video and talk about meat. Meat got to be one of the most expensive things that you can get, okay? But meat is needed for many of us. Very few people can strive off plant-based only and only have a plant-based protein. Look at the situation with the eggs, okay? People are going crazy about eggs. I'm in a couple groups here or whatnot, different types of groups and things. I know a couple people or whatnot, and there's been a lot of talk about how people going getting chickens and stuff. Well, this was the same thing that happened a couple years back. A lot of people went and got chickens and stuff when the bird flu came out, and then when things got back good, they went and got rid of their chickens. They sold them. Alright? A lot of people say they didn't have time for it. It was a lot of work. Okay, understandable for some people. And it is a lot of work. Then you gotta buy feed and things like that. If you ain't got them if you don't have them free ranged, okay? And let me tell you, nothing is wrong with chickens that you have inside a coop or something that's not free range. My chickens still dig and get worms or whatnot. Even though I put the diatomaceous earth down, they still dig and get worms and all that type of stuff. But my thing is, it protects them from like things like the bird flu and hawks and foxes and all that type of stuff. So if you have it guarded right. I also understand a lot of people live in an area where they cannot have chickens. They would, but they can't have chickens, okay? Couple years back, I got quail. Had quail, and I got them off and on, off and on, off and on. If y'all been with me, y'all know the many setups I've had. I have had them in my garage solely. I've had them out when the coop was turned another way. When I had my two 10 by 10s that was put together. I done came a long way, okay? And now I have it finally set up where I'm literally is running a business and a homestead for my household, for my family. Alright? So with that being said, y'all know I got quails back. Trying to build up my flock and stuff like that. Get it rolling to where I'm the only one producing the eggs and stuff for me. I don't have to do them for no one else. But the good thing about a quail is you can raise quails inside. Totally inside. They are small. The only thing that I would warn you about was two things. One thing is the smell. You have to change their tray at least every 2 days. Okay? Quails stink. They really stink. They poop stinks. Worse than chickens. Okay? So if you clean it out every 2 days at least, you won't have a problem. And if you only have a few, not overcrowded where it's just constantly poop, 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 you shouldn't have too much of a problem. Second thing, I read this before where they said the dust from bird feathers and stuff can get in your lungs or whatnot and cause problems. So you would need a ventilated area, okay? It could be a garage or whatnot, just something that's well ventilated. But you can raise them inside. Another thing is quails can be harvested for meat within 6 to 8 weeks. At least 8 weeks, they are grown to be harvested. Quails are a delicacy in some countries, okay? I've noticed in my area, when I first started off with quails a couple years back, you couldn't find quails in my area. Nobody had quails. Now everybody has quails. Well, a lot more people, I'm going to say like that. A lot more people have quails. So, I know what my opinion is and my thoughts is, but I'm going to keep that to myself. Because I know they did not have them. But anyway, they are a good source of meat. Alright? Those of you that lives in apartments or things, or maybe disabled or whatever the case may be, and you can't have chickens, nor quails, or nothing like that, you need to start thinking about a meat source if you eat meat. Make sure when you are stocking up on meats that's preferably in water. Okay? You don't want all that stuff that is preserved in by it not being in water. You still need to pull off the water and add your own water, your own seasonings, things like that. They put so many preservatives in those cans of meat, making them extra processed, okay? But make sure you are buying meat like chicken, canned chicken, if you know you don't have a source or a way to put, like, stock up meat or whatnot. So here right now, because I've had ducks before, and y'all see I still have like 2 ducks in the deep freeze that we butchered ourselves. So right now, push came to shove, I have chicken eggs. Now that I'm starting back quails, in a few weeks I will have quails that I can butcher. Lots of quail eggs. Going with the rate that I'm gonna be going. Jehovah say the same. That will be a meat source for us. Now I'm still stocking up on canned meat because I'm not canning my quails. I would just be vacuum sealing them and stocking them up in the deep freezer. But canned meats I still will buy, because just say that the power go off and we found out that this power station, this generator, will power a refrigerator. But you know, that's going to take it down a lot. So I don't really want to depend on that too much. So I know how to keep things frozen in my deep freezer for a long time, okay? For a long time if the power go out. And we'll talk about that in another video, okay? But, if it's longer than expected and you do waste stuff that's in your deep freezers, okay, and you're not planning on canning no meat, dehydrating no meat, or nothing like that, that is when you really need to be focusing on canned meat, alright? And that is why I'm still going to buy canned meat. But I do know, by me raising quails and having it as a meat source, gotta buy me more time that I don't have to use my canned meat. Alright? So much is going on in the news that you just cannot depend on these other folks to be able to feed you and your family. You don't know if supplies gonna be available or not. And some people may be like, well, I've been prepping for yada, 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 yada. Well, if you want to stop prepping, that's not a prep. That's like a sometime prepper. You is not like a go hard, get it prepper, like constant prepper. If you going to get a certain amount of food, say ain't nothing happening, then stop prepping. Because all you have to do is turn around and start eating that food, but still bring food in. And if you're bringing in healthy food and stuff like that and sticking to that plan, you're going to save money. Believe it or not. You're going to save money. Because now you're going to be focused on trying to eat the stuff that's about to expire. You're not going to need to go to the grocery store and get a lot of stuff. So you're going to save money. Okay? I have a couple videos that's going to come out that's going to show you different ways to do different things. Okay? So right now, like I told you, I'm going hard. I have been prepping pretty much all my life. But as for YouTube, I bought it to YouTube, well, to my channel a couple years back. But I'm going off the way things was done when I grew up back home, okay? My granny was a prepper. It just is what it is. I'm glad that I have that information, so I have to do things the way I know to do it. Now, everybody may not prep that way. Everybody gonna prep different. Everybody's financial situation is different. Everybody's needs are different. Like, you may not need meat. I need meat. I've tried. My body needs meat. You have to also look at eating for your blood type. I have mentioned that so many times on here. Eating for your blood type, and it will make you understand if you're prone to having stomach issues, if you're prone to having, if you're prone to not being able to function if you don't have animal protein. Plant protein do not work for a lot of us. We have to have both. I have to keep in consideration that me and my girls are iron deficient anemic, okay? And our iron was very, very low, okay? So, and I think mine's got even lower after that surgery. So I have to pay attention to that. Iron deficiency anemia runs in my family, okay? So these are things I know. And it's like, are you going to sit down and not prepare and let these people that already got bunkers and stuff full of food and medicines and stuff like that, if something happened that they done caused it to happen, then they run off and have their supplies and their food, and you have nothing. You have to get handouts because you didn't take it serious enough to do what you're supposed to do for your well-being. We need animal protein, being iron deficient. So with that being said, that's another reason why I'm like, okay, I gotta get the quails back. Everything outside is magnificent. Where I wanted to be, it took some time, some trials, some errors, and all that. But I'm thankful because I got that knowledge. I have tried this so many times. I had success. It was just a lot of work on me. So now that Aronde is on board, he's understanding and helping more. Like I said, I don't knock him. We're from two different worlds. He's city boy. He New York. So different from where I am from in Mississippi. So there's things that, people have to learn and have to, get used to, okay? Whereas you may have that same issue. You could be from the same area as your significant other. That don't mean they have to have your mindset. But me, I have to stay true to what I believe and what I know and what I see that is going on. So that is all the reasons, more reasons for me as an adult to, realize what is important. And if I can help just one person, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I'm going to tell you, you can say it's fear-mongering. You can say it's panicking or not. The news is telling you every single day. There's hints and stuff that's being put. Maybe people say, oh, you overthink it, this, that, and the other, whatever. Sometimes my deals and I look so deep into stuff, one would say, dang, that's what people do when they kind of buzzed or something. Sometimes I be telling myself, because I be like, okay, it seems like some people really get into the overthinking and looking into when they got a buzz or something. Now, I don't. I just naturally do that. I just naturally look at it and can discern kind of further out. I can see something and I can be like, nah. I have called a couple of things that I didn't think was gonna turn out good, dealing with these other countries and stuff. And my son to say, Mom, you said it a couple weeks ago. You said it. I said, yeah, because when I heard it, it didn't sound right with me. It didn't. No. I can look and look at a situation and kind of discern, like, nah, right out back. And that's what's been happening. Don't trust. Do not trust the cover-ups that is being put in the news. When one news thing is coming out saying this and then there's a cover up behind it, don't trust it. Don't trust it. Pretty much I know I got adults on my channel. Be an adult. Do what you got to do for your family. If you got elderly people that you take care of, that you're responsible for, you need to be prepping for them too. If you got children, I don't care how old they are, you got a responsibility to be prepping. It's just simple as that. It's simple as that. So, do not forget about your meat sources. It's easy to throw some canned greens, some corn, and that type of stuff. When we talking about and I have tried to, stock up on raviolis and all that stuff. Don't agree with us, man. It don't agree with us, and I keep saying it, and I have to stick to my roots. No matter what people come in and say, oh, well, I'm gonna eat my processed. Eat it. That's you, your stomach, and your body. Eat it. If that's what you want to do, eat it. But I'm not going to tell nobody to stock up on all that stuff and that's the only thing you have. That's all right to have you some raviolis and stuff, but it's people that has over the years come in and say, well, that's all I buy. That's fine. But that's not all you're going to see in my purpose pantry, okay? So, do as you wish. But I'm telling you, try not to do things that you can fix up and add the amount of seasoning and the amount of salt that you want to add. Don't do things that they done already put what they wanted in it when it comes to preservatives and stuff. Alright? So, meat source is what we mainly want to do on here. Find you a meat source. You need meat that do not need to be refrigerated, and you need meat that do need to be refrigerated, so you can use off until you can't no more. Then you can go to your sorry y'all, excuse me. Then you can go to your canned meats. That's gonna extend, buy you some time until you can be figuring out maybe getting some fresh meat that you would get and eat and cook up that day or whatnot, or dry it out, or whatever the case may be. Meat, okay? You do not understand how important an animal protein is to you. It's gonna burn off slower. Plant protein, I know. I was a polypescatarian for a long time. I have tried vegan, vegetarian, all that. I'm telling you. But polypescatarian for over 10 years. And yes, it was only chicken and turkey and seafood as the meat source. Had it wouldn't have been those, I couldn't have did it with other stuff. Okay? So, I didn't eat red meat, and I didn't eat no red meat for over 10 years. No beef and no pork. Okay? None at all. Couldn't get me to put it in my mouth. Alright? So, I may be going back to that. Red meat don't agree with me. Red meat bothers my gut. It really don't agree with me. I have a couple more things of pork that I'm going to cook. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to cook it and eat it. But after that, it's going to be all about getting my own meat. If I buy some, it'll be chicken and turkey. Seafood is like I'm allergic to it or something now. Having like certain type of reactions. It's kind of like allergic. It'll turn into being allergic. It's not. It's like time to eat it come back out. So my body is like, no. So I don't know what's done changed in the past couple years with the seafood stuff. But since when I was having children, I was having issues with it on and off with seafood. Now it's just like a no. Alright. So meat. That's what I want to tell y'all to wrap it all up with this, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time that I upload a video. And I will see y'all in the next one, if it's God's will. Y'all be safe, okay? Until next time. Bye.